Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on a really interesting word from the text, backhanded.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those words that, suggests a lot more than it actually says on the surface.
Absolutely.
So our goal today is to really unpack it, get into the nuances so you feel confident using it and spotting it.
Yeah, it's a great word to explore. What makes it so interesting, I think, is that subtlety.
That's it. That
Yeah.
twist, right? Where something sounds maybe okay or even good, but there's something else going on.
Exactly. That hint of negativity just lurking there. It's like a linguistic sleight of hand almost.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. How would you define backhanded, clearly?
Well, fundamentally, it describes something and it's often framed as a compliment that actually packs an insult or some criticism inside.
So it looks positive.
It presents a positive face, yeah, but it carries this negative undertone. Think of it like praise with a sting in its tail.
Okay, praise with a sting. I like that. So what about related words? Synonyms. The text mentioned a few.
Right, words that capture similar ideas. Things like insincere, sarcastic, ambiguous.
Double-edged. That's a good one.
Definitely double-edged. And even left-handed, though that's maybe a bit older.
Left-handed, okay.
Yeah.
And they all point to this indirectness or lack of genuineness.
Precisely. Insincere is about the lack of real feeling. Sarcastic is often saying the opposite. Ambiguous means it's unclear, potentially hiding something.
And double-edged, obviously, cuts both ways.
Exactly. And left-handed historically suggested something awkward or even deceitful.
Interesting. So on the flip side, what are the antonyms, the complete opposites?
Well, that's much clearer territory. You got words like direct, sincere, straightforward.
Genuine, complimentary.
Right. All words that signal honesty, transparency, no hidden jabs there.
Straight up. Okay, let's make this concrete. Examples really help. How does backhanded actually sound in conversation?
Okay, good idea. Let's take this one. Imagine someone says, that's a really unique outfit, maybe with a little smile.
Oh, yeah. That pause and the emphasis on unique can be positive. But here, coupled with the smile and the hesitation, it feels like it means maybe odd or unflattering.
Exactly. It's not a genuine compliment on their fashion sense, is it? It's coded criticism.
Definitely. Okay, another one.
How about, you're so good at presenting, I can barely tell you were nervous.
Okay, starts nice. So good at presenting.
Right, but then...
I can barely tell you were nervous. It implies they were nervous, maybe noticeably so in the past. It kind of undercuts the praise.
It totally does. It brings up a past weakness right in the middle of the compliment. Sneaky.
Very. Okay, one more.
Let's try this, maybe from a manager. For someone who just started, you're surprisingly competent.
Ooh, surprisingly competent. That surprisingly is doing a lot of work there.
Isn't it? It suggests the baseline expectation was, well, incompetence, or at least much lower performance.
So even though competent is positive, the surprisingly frames it as an exception, revealing a lack of prior faith.
Precisely. It's fascinating how context, tone, even a slight pause or word choice just flips the meaning.
It really is. Now, the text also mentioned the adverb form, backhandedly. How does that work?
Right, so backhandedly just means doing something in a backhanded way. So indirectly, insincerely.
Okay, so applying the same idea to an action or the way something is said.
Exactly. For instance, he backhandedly complimented her cooking by saying it was better than expected.
You can just feel the low bar there. Better than I expected, implying he expected it to be bad.
Or think about politics. The politician backhandedly attacked his opponent through a seemingly supportive statement.
The classic move.
Yeah.
Praising them faintly to actually highlight what's seen as a flaw or a weakness.
It happens all the time. And one more. She backhandedly agreed to help, making it clear she wasn't happy about it.
So the words might say yes, but the tone, the qualifications, the body language maybe, it all screams reluctance.
Exactly. The agreement comes with that negative payload.
Okay, so wrapping this up a bit. Backhanded is essentially about this hidden negativity, often dressed up as something neutral or positive.
That's the core of it.
And understanding the synonyms, the antonyms, and how it works as an adverb backhandedly gives us a much fuller picture.
It really does. It shows how communication is often layered, what's said versus what's actually meant.
It certainly makes you think more carefully about language.
Yeah, and it raises a question for everyone listening, maybe. Think about times you've heard something, or maybe even said something, that felt a little off, that didn't quite land right. Could it have been a backhanded comment? Or maybe a backhanded compliment? What does noticing that tell us about how we actually interact with each other beneath the surface level?
That's a great thought to leave with. Lots to chew on there about the complexities of just talking to each other.